KBCZ 89.3 FM, Boulder Creek Community Radio, serving all the San Lorenzo Valley from the skyline to the sea. This is Sunday Morning Live. We're here with you every Sunday morning from 11 a.m. to noon with a live guest at 11:30 a.m. And it's 11:30 right now, so we're going to bring in our guest, who is Toby Gray, a very great local musician. Let's open up his mic right now. Hi, Toby, you there?
Good morning, Tina. How are you doing?
I do have that reverb on you. Okay, you there?
I'm here.
That's better. You sounded like you were in the church there for a second, which is appropriate.
In the well.
All right, what song do you have for us first here today?
Well, you know, I'm going to do a David Crosby tune here.
Nice.
We unfortunately, I think most people know he passed away here a couple of days ago at 81, and we all loved him. You know, it was, you know, talk about an influencer. This little tune off of his solo album, which came from the Perro Sessions. He and Paul Kantner and almost everybody in San Francisco were part of this, Joni Mitchell and everybody. A little tune called What Are Their Names? Wonder who they are, the men who really run this land. Wonder why they run it in such a thoughtless hand. What are their names? On what streets do they live? I like to ride right over this afternoon and give them a piece of my mind, peaceful mankind. Not an awful lot to ask. If you smile at me, I will understand. That is something everybody doesn't sing language. I can tell by your coat, my friend, you're from the other side. One thing I got to know, can you tell me please, who won? Who won? Can I have some of your purple berries? I've been eating them 6 or 7 weeks now, haven't got sick once. Probably keep us both alive. Ships on the water, very free and easy. Easy, you know, the way that it's supposed to be. Silver people on the shoreline, let us be. I'm talking about very free. Very free and easy. As we watch you die, all we can do is echo your anguished cries. Stare as all human feelings die, and we are leaving. You don't sister by the hand. Lead her far from this foreign land, far away where we can laugh again. We are leaving. You don't need us. You don't need us. There's a fair wind blowing south off my shoulder. Guess I'll set a course and go. Sail on, David. Sail on, my friend. There you go.
All right, that's Toby Gray here on KBCZ, live in the studio for Sunday Morning Live. I don't know that I had really pay attention to the lyrics on that one before.
Little dark. It's
Yeah.
You know, an interesting side story of that.
Sure.
David wrote that on his boat, the Mayan. He with Paul Kantner and I think Stephen Stills. The three of them were out there, and they wrote the tune on that boat. That boat, David had it for a long time. It was an old boat from 1947, and he bought it in '67.
Wow.
Had it for about 40-some years before he let it go. And it ended up in the Santa Cruz Harbor. There was a local guy who bought it, and they were, it had been somewhat refurbished, and I think they were redoing it. And I was searching online. The latest thing I could find was kind of like the mid 2015, 2017. It was still in the harbor. I don't know if it still is or not. Nice little schooner.
Wow.
And, you know, little local trivia there. You know, so.
That is some really cool trivia, actually. I hadn't heard that before. Didn't know they were actually on the water.
But it is kind of a dark tune. I mean, Crosby, he didn't hold back. You know, he could be rather caustic sometimes in his talking with people. He went through a lot of bands. You know, the guys in the Byrds kind of got tired of him and sent him on his way, and he came up here and hung out with the Jefferson Airplane crew a lot. And he always trying to be a hippie, and of course he was a big. He loved his cannabis, you know, and so he was always up here with that, and he loved other things too, which he finally got beyond. But quite a consumption of the cannabis up to the very end there. So
wow.
God bless him.
God bless him. That's great. That's great. And in those lyrics in the beginning, was it talking about street names and people that have been here before, or?
No, you know, it was kind of a science fiction kind of thing, and it was after the Holocaust. It was kind of the setting of that, you know. Silver people sitting on the shoreline and you know eating my purple berries and that kind of stuff, and it was I think that's why he got along with Paul Kantner. He was another science fiction who kind of, you know, they love sitting around thinking, you know, what if, let's build the starship and fly out of here.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
And it's along those lines. So
that's cool. All right, what else do you have for us today? You
know, I got a tune. This is a little tune called Triad. David wrote this when he was still with the Byrds, 1967, and they recorded it, and then they decided they didn't want to release it because it was, they thought it was a little naughty back then. You know, it was about making love with more than one person at a time.
Oh, I was like, what is that? Why is Triad such a bad thing?
Yeah, you know, the old threesome kind of thing. And so David came up here to the Bay Area, and the Jefferson Airplane, they ended up putting it on their Crown of Creation album in '68. And then did a live version. And eventually the Byrds released their version, or someone released it because it certainly wasn't the Byrds, but like 21 years later after that. So anyway, here we go. You want to know how it will be. Me and her, for you and me. You yellow stand there, your long hair flowing, eyes alive, your mind still growing, saying to me, what can we do now that we both love you? I love you too. I don't really see why can't we go on as three. You are afraid, embarrassed too. No one has ever said such a thing to you. Your mother's ghost stands there at your shoulder, face like ice, a little bit colder, saying to you, you cannot do that, it breaks all the rules you learned in school. Can't really see why can't we go on as three. We love each other. It's plain to see. There's just one answer, oh, that comes to me. Sister lovers, water brothers, and in time there may be others. So you see, what we can do is to try something new. You're crazy too. I don't really see why can't we go on as
All right, that is kind of a naughty song, isn't it? Well, I'm not going to comment too much on that. All right, so I'm just going to let that lie right about there. So it's about 11:45 here in the downtown studio. You're listening to Sunday Morning Live. We're here with you every Sunday morning from 11 a.m. to noon with our, that's our new time, and with live guests at 11:30 a.m. Today we've got the illustrious Toby Gray. Now, Toby, on your bio here, let me just read that. So, Toby Gray, you've been entertaining audiences across the United States and Canada since the 60s. Yeah. Performed regularly at venues ranging from major festivals and concerts to intimate coffee houses and everything in between, even little tiny radio stations.
Here we are.
Besides great music, Toby's shows are enhanced with stories about the songs, which I like